Welcome class, myself Professor D. S. Rai, Professor Department of Civil Engineering, BVD IITM Lucknow. Today we will cover subject code KCE 076 Urban Transportation Planning System, in which today is lecture 12, in which we will cover type of transportation system and evaluation of transportation mode. References that I have taken: Chakravarti, Partho and Das Animesh, Principle of Transportation Engineering, Papacosta, CS and Prevenderis, PD, Transportation Engineering and Planning, Kadiali, LB and Lal, NB, Principle and Practices of Highway Engineering, Neptel, and some material have been taken from internet. The contents we will cover today are type of transport, surface transport, road transport, water transport, inland transport, ocean transport, air transport and evaluation of transport. So, first we are going to start type of transport. Transportation system can be classified in a different way depending on the type of transport, the ways and the means of transport, and also motive power used in transport. First we will discuss transport system. Transport system is a word used for combined effect of these all. These are: number 1, power, or you can say engine. Okay. Second is guideway, and third is control system. These combined three comes under transportation system. Transportation system. So, when we talk about the transportation system, that means that includes power, means engine, guideway on which the vehicle will move, and third, control system that will control the movement of the vehicle on the guide road. So, in this way there are different types of transport. First is a surface transport, second is water transport, then air transport. In surface transport, we go for transport of people and goods by land vehicles is known as surface transport. It is also called land transport. In surface transport, first is pack animal. Animal like horse, mules, donkey, camels and elephants etc. are used for carrying a small loads on backward area, especially hill tracks, forest regions, deserts. These all are called packed animals. Generally, pack animals serves area where are inaccessible to modern means of transport. Animal transport has also played a significant role where there is no road and railway transport. The second is a bullock cart. Its contribute the predominantly from the rural area transport in India for goods traffic and to some extent for the passenger also. It link up the villages with the nearby market and railway station. It carries the produce for sale to the market and consumers good to the villages. Road transport is one of the most promising and potent means suitable for short and medium distance. This is important. It provides the basic infrastructure for bringing the majority of the people who are living in far off the villages into the mainstream of the nation, like by connecting them to the different places. It offers a number of advantages such as a flexibility, reliability, speed and door to door services. Besides supplementing and increasing the efficiency of other mode of transport. The next is motor lorries and buses. From the dawn of civilization, people have been enduring to form road and use wheeled vehicle to facilitate transport of man and materials. The credit of revolutionization, the road transport and the introducing the element of a speed and a greater carrying capacity into the system goes to motor lorry and buses. Introduction of petrol engine and later diesel engine vehicles have been offering a good competition to the railways. Then tramway, it made their appearance in 19th century as a form of transport suitable for a big city. Tramway were initially horse driven, later steam powered and now electrified operated. Tramway initially carrying capacity is very large. They are able to cope up with the peak hour traffic in big cities. With the greater popularity of motor buses, tramway slowly declined. Madras city has tramway still in 1933. Then the next mode of transport is railway transport. The invention of the steam engine by James Watt revolutionized the mode of transport all over the world. Railway as a mode of transport is the most organized transport undertaking over the world. The railway are the cheapest and quickest mean of transport for carrying hereby the goods for a longer distance. The railway render an essential public services. It requires the huge capital outlay for laying the track, construction of the bridges, purchase of locomotives, etc. Railway are among the biggest public utility of the country. Railway transport is means of transferring the passenger and goods on wheel vehicle running on rails. Rail transport is stated to be important in the industrial revolution. There are three types of track that are in operation. The first is a meter gauge having width 1000 millimeter. Then a broad gauge having width of rail is 1676 millimeter and the narrow gauge having 710 millimeter. So, generally three types of gauge are available in air railways. Then come to the water transport. As we know, water is a free gift of nature. Human civilization, through gradual application of science and technology, have utilized water resources for economic, political and military activities. A remarkable advancement are taking place in the water transport due to considerable improvement in the construction, design, motive power, speed and safety of ship and boats. Water transport is process of moving people, goods by large barge, boat, ship and sailboat over a sea, ocean, lake, canal, rivers. The category does not include articles on the transport of water for the purpose of consuming the water. Water transport are of two types. One is inland waterway and another is ocean waterway. Inland waterway comprise of river, canals and lakes. It also known as internal water transport system. River are naturally navigable are called natural waterway. Canal and canalized river belongs to the category of artificial waterway. Generally, small boats and steamer are operated on river to transport people and goods. Where river are deep enough, large ship can also ply on them. Canal are man-made waterway constructed for twin purpose of navigation and irrigation. Advantage of inland waterway. As we can see, it is considered as the cheapest mode of transportation. Among the other mode of transportation, it carries goods smoothly due to the absence of shaking and jolting transit. It is eminently it is most suitable for heavy loads. These are a lesser pollution in the water transport. Now, come to the disadvantage of the inland waterway. As here we can see, it is the slowest mode of transport, cheapest mode of transport, but it is the slowest mode of transport. Flood caused during rainy season, lack of flow of water during the summer season affect the ply boats and steamers. Sometimes river also change their ways. These are the disadvantages of the inland waterway. Now, ocean or sea transport. Ocean transport can playing a significant role in development of economic, social and cultural relation among the country of the world. International trade owes its growth to ocean transport. Ocean transport enjoy a pride of place in aiming international trade. Chiefest is the great virtue. In the transportation of low grade bulky goods among the country, the role of ocean transport is commendable. Type of ocean transport, one is a coastal shipping and another is overseas shipping. In coastal shipping constitute an important means of transport in all countries having a long coastal line, as India has nearly 15,000 kilometer coastal line. So, it is a very important for country like India. Usually coastal shipping trade of a country is reserved for a national shipping. In India, coastal shipping trade is now exclusively reserved for Indian ships. Overseas shipping, it means passenger and goods have to cross ocean. For example, India exports goods to America. Ocean going to ships may also be divided into two, namely liners and tramps. Liners, and an ocean liner is a passenger ship primarily used as a form of transportation across the seas or ocean. Liners may also carry cargo and mails and may sometimes use for other purpose like pleasure cruise or as hospital ship. They sail the schedule whether they have full load or not, means the ship will start at scheduled time whether the load is full or not. They follow the defined routes and the fixed place and the time of call, regularity of service, goods paid and luxurious facilities to passenger are specialties of a liner. They are of two types of liner, namely passenger liners and cargo liners. Now, come to the ocean transport trumps. Trumps are essentially cargo vessels. They have no set route. They do not follow any timetable. They sail only when they get sufficient load. They sail at any time and carry cargoes for almost any port. So, the following are the major types of commercial ships. General cargo ship, it is clear by its name, bulk carrier in which bulk materials are transported, container ships in which containers are shipped from one country to another, auto carriers, it is quite clear as its name. Now, tankers are used to transport different type of liquid materials, fishing vessel in which these are used for fishing. Now, oil vessels, in the oil are transported from one country to another, passenger ships in which passengers are transported from one country to another, ferry boats as its name, tow and tug boats and specialized ships. So, these are the different types of commercial ships used in the ocean transport. Now, come to the air transport, and air transport is the fastest and the costliest mode of transport. Commercial air transport is now one of the most prominent mode of overseas. Air transport is the form of travel in the vehicles such as helicopter, hot air balloons, blimps, glider, hang gliding, parachuting, airplanes, jets or any things else that can sustain flight. There are two types, one is domestic, another is international flights. In domestic flights, air travel can be grouped into two general classification, national and domestic and international flight. Flight from one point to another within the same country are the called domestic flight. Flight from a point in a one country to point of a different country are known as international flight. The travelers can use domestic and international flight in either private or public travel. Advantage of air transport: it provides a regular, convenient, efficient and quick service. Perishable goods like fruit, vegetables, egg, meat, etc. can be transported quickly. It does not require huge investment for the construction and the maintenance of a track like a railway. They provide comfortable services for the passenger and the safety to their goods. It can be used to move goods to areas which are inaccessible by other means of transport. It is very much helpful for the flood and landslide, and war rises to the occasion to save the human life from the danger. Air transport disadvantage: it is a very costly mode of transportation and the rate and fare charged by which are beyond the reach of the common peoples. Aircraft are not quite suitable for carrying heavy loads and the weights. It is not dependable because of unfavorable weather which may disturb the air service suddenly. Every country controls the airspace above the territories, and therefore, the aeroplanes cannot fly over another country without obtaining its prior permission to concerned authority. Now, evolution of transportation. How the growth of transportation occurred. So, the first is wheel. I think after fire, it is the most important revolution in human civilization. Well done comfortable life of a human beings. It is a great revolution. Second is a steam engine, because most of the transportation system is based on the animal at the time in ancient time. After the invention of a steam engine, now the power has been taken from non living body. So, it is a very good things happen for the in the transportation system, means everything has given power from the steam engine. So, the revolution has a great revolution have occurs after the invention of the steam engine. The introduce a new source of power. Many times comes that source of power have been changed from one to another depending on the availability of resources and uses. Of course, that should be eco friendly. After like a solar power or a boat etc., these are the power we utilized during the evolution of transportation. The fossil fuel, one of the greatest revolutions which can be used by the vehicles for speed, safety and attractive powers. Electricity, it is also a big invention. It's make the life comfortable. Electricity are not only used for transportation, but it electricity are used for many direct and indirect purpose. Rails are the means of transportation. It's make the life easy and comfortable from a longer distance. Roads are of course a heart artery of the transportation system, which connect airports, railway, etc., along with door to door services. Aeroplanes are the means of transportation which is quickest and costliest mode of transportation, but a quick transportation system. Then the guideway and infrastructure I have talked earlier. Then the trackway, where the track were made, generally it is happen in the hilly areas. Then the earthen road, in early time earthen roads were made for the purpose of transporting goods and passengers from one place to another. Then the gravel road comes in the existence, came in the existence. Then come asphaltic road, in which bitumen is used for the wearing surface, and the concrete road is also a modified road of transportation system. Then the come to the based on the mode of transportation, railways, airways, docks and harbour, ropeway, a space station and launching pad are different mode of transportation. As we have talked earlier, railway is most popular, cheap and useful for travelling distance, long distance from one country to another and even in other country also. Airport is the transportation mode of transportation from where the aeroplane can fly and take off and land, and it is the costliest mode of transportation, but it is the quickest mode of transportation also. Docks and harbours are made along the coastal area of sea or ocean, where the ship's liner cruise comes and passengers and the goods are loaded and unloaded at that place. So, docks and harbour has now given a better importance or a great importance as far as huge transportation system is concerned. Now, come to the ropeway. It is used in the area where the lands are not plain. There are hills, where two hills are connected with the ropeway. It is also a good transportation system from one place to another. Then the space station and the launching point, it is the modern type of you can say transportation system evolution. A space station is located in the space where the space shuttles goes and comes from the space station. Launching pads are the place from where the satellites are launched. The control system, we have many type of control system, as I have discussed earlier. There are many control system like signage, which is important and it is generally used in highways. Then the signaling system, they are used in railways, in intersection of the roads, etc. Telecommunications are also, as its name, it is a mode of communication. Then the ATC, air traffic control, is used for the aeroplane in the airport. CTC, central traffic control system, used in the railway. In very early time, 20 years or 30 years before, the railway has started central traffic control system. Lighthouse is the control system which is constructed on the shore of the sea for visualization of the ship. So, these are the control system. So, thank you very much. This is the end of my lecture, this lecture. Thank you.